Welcome back to the Now Morning Show. Continuing Tobago Thursdays, we're going into a conversation about the World Breastfeeding Walk and Breakfast that's going to be taking place in Tobago. It starts at Market Square, the old Market Square, and ends at the Esplanade. Joining us on the show this morning is Rosemary Anatole, advisor of the Breastfeeding Association of Trinidad and Tobago. And also joining us via phone will be Deborah Cook-Warner, director and Tobago representative of the Breastfeeding Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Good morning, ladies, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, and thank you for having us.
It's a pleasure to have both of you with us on the show this morning. Quite an interesting conversation because, you know, when we talk about breastfeeding, we don't necessarily think about a walk and breakfast, and it can definitely bring a lot to the imagination. So let's clarify that immediately. What exactly will be happening at this walk in particular, Rosemary?
Well, if I can just explain first, we are celebrating World Breastfeeding Week, which is celebrated from the 1st to the 7th of August around the world. It was established in 1992, and over 170 countries around the world now celebrate World Breastfeeding Week. But many countries, including Trinidad and Tobago, celebrates it throughout the month of August. So the Breastfeeding Association of Trinidad and Tobago has been hosting activities for World Breastfeeding Week from the inception. We always have a walk and breakfast in Trinidad to launch World Breastfeeding Week, and then our signature event in Tobago is the Walk and Breakfast in Tobago, which, as you said, is being held on Saturday, the 19th of August. It's really to celebrate, to recognize, and to advocate for certain issues for breastfeeding. And the theme this year is enabling breastfeeding, making a difference for working parents. So we will be spreading the word about the reasons that mothers need support when they return to paid employment after their maternity leave. So this walk, which starts at Tambourine Square, we will be walking from there to the Esplanade, where we will have breakfast, we will have a formal function, and we will also be having a prize giving for another activity that we have in Tobago, which is the Best Breastfed Baby competition. So if I can just mention, there is registration at the Tambourine Square car park. The registration starts from 6 a.m. The walk starts at 7, and there are free T-shirts and breakfast for the first 150 persons who register. And this event is supported by the THA and the TRHA, and they will also be participating in the walk.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us this morning, Rosemary. Deborah, let's bring you into the conversation. Good morning again, Deborah, and welcome to the show. Rosemary just mentioned, of course, collaborations with the THA. Tell us, are there any other collaborations or partnerships that have been established in Tobago to ensure the success of this event?
For the partnership with the event, yes, we have the TRHA as well as the Secretary, the Division of Health, been participating in the event. So we bring a little twist to the walk and breakfast. We also have a best fed baby competition, which is done throughout the months of July, August. So this competition, the purpose of the competition is really to raise awareness about the importance of breastfeeding among the women of childbearing age. The objectives really of the competition is to assess the mother's knowledge about breastfeeding, to educate mothers and family about breastfeeding, and to strengthen the support, because we realize that support is quite critical when it comes to breastfeeding. So there are criteria for entry. So the child must be under 3 years of age, and we don't just judge the baby breastfeeding, but we also judge, we look at the mother's knowledge base about breastfeeding and her willingness to advocate breastfeeding to communities, because you know that we need a lot of support. Mothers need a lot of support when it comes to breastfeeding. So this competition runs throughout all the health centers throughout Tobago, and the mothers who demonstrate knowledge about breastfeeding and their babies are we look at the growth and development, we look at their nutritional status, we look at the physical development, because all these would impact, if a baby is well breastfed exclusively, all these impacts on the child. Right, so basically it's with the breastfed baby competition. The prizes they are given prizes at this family and breakfast.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us, Deborah. Rosemary, let's go back to you for a quick moment. You mentioned that the World Breastfeeding Walk and Breakfast has been taking place for a while now. How has this event evolved over time?
Oh, well, it has certainly evolved. We had the first walk in Tobago in 2001. It was very small. We used to have the breakfast in the old market. I think the first year, the breakfast, we sat on the steps of the Scarborough Library. And of course, it has grown since then. And now it is one of the main events in Tobago for World Breastfeeding Week. And I think that very early on, when the THA and the TRHA came on board, we were able to do this in collaboration. We've had support from the police youth groups, from various Keep Fit clubs. And so it has really grown considerably. And I think that has also helped with the awareness in Tobago. And one of the things that has come out of this is people are much more aware that there is support for mothers to breastfeed. Often mothers need information, they need additional support, they need additional help, and so they learn where they can get that support. And if I can mention, as far as the Breastfeeding Association is concerned, we have regular support groups online during the month, every month. And what we have found is we've had a lot of Tobago mothers who have also been joining for support and for that sort of fellowship with other mothers throughout, their breastfeeding journey. So that is wonderful. If I can give a number, we can be contacted WhatsApp on 468-5412, through our Facebook page for the Breastfeeding Association, through Instagram. And we are, our numbers are on all the breastfeeding materials that come from the Ministry of Health and are given in Tobago. And so it means that there is a support system. Of course, there are breastfeeding counsellors based in Tobago. TBAT also has breastfeeding counsellors. And so there is support for a mother. She doesn't have to feel that she is struggling alone and that she has challenges. And as I said, for World Breastfeeding Week, with the theme being about working parents, we are trying to advocate now to employers, not just to employers, but to colleagues at work, the importance of mothers having adequate space and time to be able to continue to express their milk so that they can continue breastfeeding after they return to work.
Definitely a necessary conversation, and one that is going to resonate with us, I think, throughout the year, of course, not just at this week of World Breastfeeding. Just want to say thank you so much to both of you, Rosemary and Deborah, for being with us on the show this morning. Looking forward to seeing this initiative continue and, of course, barriers being broken for working mothers throughout the world. Have a great day.
Thank you very much.
There's more coming up on the Now Morning Show. It's almost time for your favorite part of our morning, talking about birthdays. We'll be back right here.